you have to provide some proof that you have permission. So just take this as permission. If you have a Twitch stream or you want to use my music in one of your videos or something, this is your permission. Go ahead and use the music. You can send that clip to Twitch and hopefully they allow you to do whatever it is that you want to do with my
music. Cancel culture. He's got a good video about cancel culture, which falls right into the woke conversation we had, because the cancel culture thing was amazing to me. The fact that you could go on social media, on Twitter. Twitter is the cancel culture epicenter. One person can go on Twitter, write a message with their fucking thumbs, destroy your whole fucking life in hours. All of a sudden, someone is on the other end going, what? Why? What? What?
But for doing, here's the thing when I think about that. For doing what? Like, how could they destroy your life? How, and for doing what?
Well, you said something. I don't like it. Marshall, you went on the Free as Fuck podcast and you said something. And I'm offended and I don't like it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to fucking tell the world. I got a lot of followers and they're going to fucking like what I say. And I'm going to type it, boom, and send it. And those people go, and then they fucking send it. And then it spreads. And that's what happens.
But you have to have
you can't. Here's the problem.
Something.
No, that is not true. You have to initially have been potentially accused of something that may or may not have happened, that has not yet any evidence has happened. We see your opinion, your one side of the story, not the whole story. Now, is some of it true? Sure. You've got the guy. What was that dude's name? The Hollywood guy that got fucking Weinstein. You got the Weinsteins out there, but then you've got the who's the comedian from the Fighter and the Kid, Brian Callen. You got him, who's some girl that he's hooked up with in the past. Husband's mad and alleged that he did something. Canceled his whole fucking shit. Lost his podcast. Lost his bookings for a year. His agency dropped him. This is not someone who has been convicted of anything, who has been tried of anything, who has been accused of anything. He has been socially tried and executed his career, and they have to recover. And whether you did it or not doesn't matter in the cancel culture. All that matters is that you may have done it. And what's funny is, like, Chris D'Elia, another comedian accused of sexual misconduct with minors, someone who's 17 or whatever, never charged with anything, whole career gone. He played a character on a show called You, and he was a celebrity on the show, kind of quasi-celebrity, kind of like you would perceive him in real life. That'd be the life he lived. And he ends up getting, having this underage girl over at his house, and they insinuate that he has a relationship with her, some kind of sexual predatory relationship, and then the main character of the show kills him because he believed that he had done something to her with zero evidence. And after that show comes out, then allegation comes out. Chris D'Elia's fucking podcast gone, agency drops in, TV deal gone, canceled. Boom. Never tried by any person, never accused. I don't even think he was accused. I can look it up. Maybe he was accused by somebody. Nothing ever came of it. But that is cancel culture. And it's very interesting how fast it can happen. And the fact is, his Netflix special was gone. I'm trying to see here. I mean, he said he had a problem, but with misconduct. But no one ever came forward and said, hey, by the way, you raped me or something.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. At this point, none of that matters. He is not Bill Cosby. He's not been on trial. There's not a line of women. But his life is never going to be the same. And that's cancel culture. And that is some of it's good. Some of it brings bad things up. And some of it is just throwing shit at the wall and let's see if any of it sticks. Are you pissed off one person? Yeah, you know how many people have told me you fucking said some shit to the wrong person on the phone to me at my job over something so fucking meaningless? And you know what I tell them? You have my address. I'm right here. Fucking, I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Come on with it. If you want to talk shit, oh, we'll get my fucking friends. All right, well, cool. I'm right here. I'll be here until like 5. After that, I go to jiu-jitsu or I'm going on a boat, whatever. Won't be here. But if you want to wait, fucking wait. I ain't scared. You're going to threaten me? That's fucking crazy.
Right.
So
No,
I'm just amazed.
that's why I train the way I do. I never know.
And cancel culture is amazing to me.
Well, and I don't know a lot about it because, to be honest with you, I was on Twitter. I have a Twitter. I don't ever go on it. I didn't find it interesting. I did briefly for like a few moments, and then I was like, "This is dumb."
I followed a handful of people on Twitter, but I couldn't get into it. I never got into it. But since we're talking about cancel culture, we'll keep the show going. I think I had 2 more videos pulled up that I wanted you to watch so that we can cut them up and get reactions to it. And we can talk about them because they're not just music videos of Tom singing. It's about stuff that we're actively talking about and stuff that's pertinent to our world right now. And this one, he released this one February 5th, 2021. And just so we're clear, 9.4 million views on YouTube alone, doesn't include iTunes and other things. So,
and probably half those people hate him.
Probably half of them do hate him, which is even better. So I'm going to pop this up and let me switch over my.
I hate to hear, I hate to hear comedians be canceled.
Oh no, comedians getting canceled is very upsetting because it's just jokes.
Well, it's not even a matter of it being just jokes. It's a matter of, if you don't like what somebody's doing on stage,
don't watch it.
You can just not go see him. You don't have to ruin the guy.
Right. Also true.
You can just not go see him.
Also true. We did since you mentioned that, we did talk about Tony Hinchcliffe and the Asian joke that lit him up. We talked about him. Yeah. He still does his Kill Tony show every week. Life goes on. It passed. I mean, I was surprised. He still does it. I mean, look, they were mad at him for a little bit, but if you listen to the full set and context, it was.
See stuff like this. Let me tell you something. There's a shitload of people in this world that don't like my ass.
Yeah.
A ton of people. And so as they slowly discover, people might, and I think about it, and I'm like, you know what though? I don't care. I think a lot of it has to do with how you respond to it. If you actually did something wrong and are generally remorseful, that's one thing. But if you didn't do anything and somebody's just trying to ruin your life, man, I'm going to move on. I'm not, if somebody came along that I upset or offended when I was younger, depending on what if I actually did something wrong to that person, I would apologize to them. But if somebody's just coming up with some bullshit and trying to get me in trouble and trying to ruin my life because I see that I'm succeeding finally at something, I'm not going to let it bother me at all. I'm not. And when you say the podcast is canceled, nobody can cancel us.
No, you can't cancel us.
We're not beholden to anyone.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Bar that door? I mean, we're coming in. We're doing it when we.
I'll tell you who they can't. I'll tell you who the number one canceled person that I know of is Alex Jones.
I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
That is amazing to me. Alex Jones, we'll get into it, but he is the number one canceled person on the internet, period. He can't post shit on fucking nothing, period. He's off of every fucking thing. And he's just a political commentator, man. He's just a fucking journalist with some wild ideas.
So he can't broadcast, he can't talk.
Nope, he can't go. He has no Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of it gone. And he had tens of millions of subscribers on YouTube. Tens of millions.
All right. So who is he? What did he get killed?
Oh my God, Alex Jones is deep. Alex Jones says some crazy shit, albeit conspiracy theories.
He did something.
The biggest problem Alex Jones had was Sandy Hook. That was the biggest problems that he had. Sandy Hook happened, and he never said that it didn't happen. He never said Sandy Hook was fake, didn't happen. He said at some point in one of his broadcasts, something didn't add up with Sandy Hook, whatever happened. He got sued by the parents of the kids that died at Sandy Hook. Long lawsuit, 3-4 years, drug out, cost him a fuckload of money. He defended himself, The whole thing went down, played out like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. He finally finished the trial, and he was a Trump guy. But he say, if you bring out things like Pizzagate, that went down. He was the first one to talk about that. He's the first one to talk about Epstein. He was talking about Epstein years ago. All this shit going on with all these prominent people. He talks. The thing about Alex Jones is he says so much crazy shit. Aliens. People he knows that are aliens. His dad worked this high-level military thing when he was a kid. He knew about all this shit happening. Dude, it's great. It's a deep, deep rabbit hole. And if you listen to it like I did as entertainment, fucking great. If you listen to it as someone who's like, I'm going to write down everything he says. I'm going to live by this. This is the code. This is the way I live. You're fucking crazy. But if you look at it and go, it's funny. Is some of it true? Probably. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know, but he got taken off for the thing that did him in. He went and approached a politician in a public place. I don't remember if it was an airport or a convention center or something, trying to ask him questions or something. And he was just too forceful, I guess. And it came off as aggressive and all. Either way, Fang got rid of him. Facebook, Apple, Google, the whole thing, YouTube, gone. Alex Jones banned indefinitely. In fact, if you even played Alex Jones clips, they would put your channel on 1 week suspension. There was times where you couldn't even talk about Alex fucking Jones.
Wow.
Oh no, they canceled the shit out of him. Yeah, we can talk about him. He's since been back on other shows. He cannot have his own show, and if you play any clips, if he's on your show, they will demonetize that episode. You cannot. It's insane. The amount of censorship that they censored him with is immeasurable in our world. He is the number one canceled person as far as I know. Period. But like I said, he was like led the Trump July 6th thing. Or the January 6th thing. He was there. Knew Trump. He talked about it on a recent episode of a podcast with two other comedians. I'm having a brain fart. But he gave the whole story of it, of what really happened, and it's pretty interesting to listen to how that whole thing played out and how they kind of set someone up to be the scapegoat from the beginning and how it played out. It's pretty interesting. But we're going to listen to this one. We're going to get right into it. And I'm just for easy editing from me, we're going to cut into Tom Macdonald canceled. And Marshall's new to Tom Macdonald. We've played some Chris Webby. I'm going to attach the Tom Macdonald. You can play this video if you want to, free as fuck, at the beginning of this clip, so I ain't going to worry about that. And we're going to kick right into it right now, buddy.
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. Fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Yeah.
He's a racist, he's a sexist, he's in love with Donald Trump.
Y'all can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I moved to the ghetto, lived in the ghetto, there's no Caucasians. And still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait if he gonna use this face to get clicks on his page? Y'all hypocrites are made. But I ain't tripping about these bullies, it ain't 6th grade. Go ahead and diss me trying to sell a couple mixtapes. I'm not afraid, take my face and my name, paste it on the front page. I'm already famous and you'll never change it by hating or claiming you'll take it away. My grind wicked, write my rhymes different. You could try to quantify defying limits as a dying gimmick and denying winning. This is pure fire, this ain't white privilege. I do what I want, get all the Gucci and Louis Vuitton out of my closet, out of my crib. I do not want it, that is for kids, that is for rappers who ask you to produce their beats for free, pretending online like they rich. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said, it is what it is. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm it. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. Everybody Everybody knows my name, from local folks to global fame. I'm vocal about the social justice movements. I expose the fakes, turn rappers into ghosts and graves. Make no mistake, they bones will break. I'll throw them in the wolf enclosure, slowly turn and close the cage. Acres full of sheep, you know that I'm the only goat. I'm great, they spoke my name to mostly hate. I don't complain, I'm woke, I wait. A total focus soldier, wrote the art of war. Know every page, I'm numb to all the dumbness. Smoke tobacco laced with Novocaine. I won't behave, I stoke the flames. I'll choke they throats with golden chains. Use vocal cords as skipping ropes and jump till I am soaked in brains. From open plains to coastal waves to solar rays in open space. Can't find nobody doper unless you poke your veins and snort cocaine. Whoa, y'all can't cancel me. Just get mad that I'm the man until you smash the screen. Like, whoa, I can handle heat. I walk through hell in open sandals drinking gasoline. Yeah, I could've been a star, could've had a mansion and a car and a Grammy album on the charts. I'm a savage, Randy with the bars. I don't rap about Xanax, goddamn it, can't cancel facts. We need answers, championing trash to the masses actually massively damages, yeah. Keep trying to cancel me, yeah. I own the masters, so yeah. I make the beats, I write the songs, I own the cameras, yeah. I could've been famous, dumb my music down till it's basic. Get it on the hottest Spotify playlist, modify my catalog and go mainstream, yeah. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm it. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. I feel like all these rappers lately on a mission. They starting drama, they don't really want no problems, so they talk in whispers. Don't even start, no competition, y'all are finished. They say they feeling froggy, but I bet none of these frogs gon' rib it. They think I'm soft, but I promise y'all that I'm solid like a rock inside a Teflon box and dipped in carbon fiber liquid. I'm not religious, but I walk with Christians. If Jesus died for all my sins, he'd need 1,000,000 crosses tall as buildings. Y'all can't cancel me. I'm a god and you're the devil, stop attacking me. Like, whoa, nails in my hands and feet. Y'all some snakes, I don't need fruit from that apple tree. I ain't doing features or buying beats. I'm a wolf on lie with sheep. I am what I am, and I can't hide my teeth. Way too many rumors, I'm like, who said it? Never met him, if he dissed me, probably about to drop a new record. I do what I want, don't matter if I get approval or not. Y'all ain't gonna cyberbully me or try to push on me until I'm becoming some dude who I'm not. Head full of ludicrous thoughts, producing the songs. My music is truth and you brutally shocked. I'm shooting my shot, I'm Biggie, I'm shady, I'm new school Pac. Go ahead and call me a piece of garbage, make a starving artist your primary target. I'm the largest monster in the farthest darkness, I'm a closet sharpened, I'm an army sergeant. If people wanna hate, then I'm grateful. It's only gonna make what I say less painful. Look at my face, embrace, I'm unstable. I ain't gonna break or shake or feel shameful. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm it. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid.
Tommy Donald, bring in the fire. Same thing, man. Can't cancel him.
No, I mean, you know, what I like is I just think he's fearless, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a thing that's bold. I remember for myself, and I would never want to, I don't compare myself to anybody else, but what I do remember is when Trump was running for president the first time, I was living in New York. I used to go up on stage in New York under the name Taint Johnson. I was, for 3 years, I lived in New York, and I signed up at every open mic as Taint Johnson. And the funny thing about that was there are a lot of people who wanted I got banned from.
Got canceled.
I got banned from probably, well, the biggest open mic operation in New York at that time. I don't know if they still exist. It was called Laughing Buddha. I don't know if you've ever heard of them or not, but
no.
in New York, and the way Laughing Buddha mics worked, you had to pay $5. They were run well, and they were in good places. They had a basement location at a coffee shop that was just phenomenal. You went down into the basement, you signed up. They ran it really well. They organized it really well. I got banned from that. I could not do any. Laughing Buddha sent me an email and banned me, and I'll tell you why. A girl, I was going up as Taint Johnson, and all I did was talk politics.
Okay.
That's all I did was just political shit, usually about Trump, but about politics in general. And I hadn't been doing any kind of open mics or stage time in over 10 years. I had worked as a comic for years, and I got out of it because I wasn't myself. And I wasn't feeling right. I drove to New York, lived in my Jeep in a Walmart parking lot in New Jersey, in Secaucus, New Jersey. I lived in the parking lot of that Walmart in Secaucus, New Jersey for 3 years, and would go into New York 3 or 4 nights a week, take the bus in, go to the open mics. Within 2 months of being in New York, the reason I got banned, this girl at a Laughing Buddha mic, she goes up on stage and she's going to introduce me next. And she goes, this next guy I'm bringing up, I don't even want to say his name. He's so disgusting. Then she does her set. And for the next 5 minutes, she talks about how badly she needs some dick. That was her set. She's like, I need some dick. I haven't gotten any dick in so long. I need some dick.
Oh my God.
She spent 5 minutes talking about how bad she needs some dick. And then after that, she's like, and I'm just going to, you all know who the guy is who's coming up. I'm not saying his name. Here he comes. So I walked up and I just leaned over and looked at her and I was like, I agree. You need some dick. That's all I said. I did my set. And at the end of my set, before I got off, I turned to look over at her again and I go, I hope you get some dick. The next day, without any kind of asking what my opinion was,
right?
How did this happen? What it was said? Why? Or nothing. Why did you? They send me an email, and it says, as of now, you are permanently banned from all. And they ran about 60 open mics.
Holy shit!
In New York. So out of the 130 or some odd, they ran almost half of them.
Wow.
And they banned me to the point where I even showed up at one they sent me the letter. They're like, you're banned. There was an incident at last night's open mic. As of now, you are banned from open mics, all Laughing Buddha open mics permanently.
Wow.
And I wrote back and I was like, fuck you. Suck my fucking dick. I don't give a fuck about you or your fucking open mics or your fucking classes or your fucking bullshit newsletter or any of the other fucking bullshit that you and I don't give a fuck. Fuck Laughing Buddha. Fuck you. Suck my ass. 6 months later, 6 months later, I go to an open mic and I was just going to sign up under a different name. I started picking up different names from movies.
Okay.
And there's a character in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles named Burt Dingman. And so I walk in and I write, and the MC doesn't know me. I write down Burt Dingman. A dude who did know me comes walking up to me and he goes, hey man, I cannot put you up. I would lose my job if you went up on stage. And I'm like, so if I go up as Burt Dingman 6 months after this fucking shit happened, by the way, I'm not the one who stood on stage for 5 minutes saying I needed dick. I'm not the one saying it. She said it. I was talking about politics. She's talking about needing dick. I'm banned. She's allowed to continue doing whatever it is she's doing.
I mean, she clearly hasn't fulfilled her prophecy.
It's clear why she hasn't gotten it. It's very obvious why she hasn't gotten any dick. No. That's an obvious reason.
Hey, man, I got an aunt named Karen. She's a nice-ass lady.
I'm just saying, man. And I dealt with that. So I was there for 2.5 more years.
You got canceled.
And I was not allowed to go at
That's
any
so
point.
wild.
Not the last time I tried. that was the last time I tried to go up and even go to one, because it was clear at that point to me that they were not going to ever, because I was still going up at other mics, and I had developed a good name for myself in terms of I would go and I would sit and I could hear, and then people were like, man, tonight's going to be awesome as fuck. Taint Johnson's here. I could hear those kind of comments being made. And when you've seen me, so know, like, I go up and I stir things up, and I was on fire then. And what I saw in that was the way I felt during that time. I was like, you think you're going to stop me because you're banning me from laughing fucking Buddha mics? I don't give a fuck. And I started getting banned from other, like, I remember I was at this other place one time, and I finished my set and I come off the stage, and I used the mic back then. I was just as loud, but I was using the mic. So it was even louder. And that's why I stopped using it. When I left New York, I stopped using the mic, because I knew when I went to places in Nashville and Texas and even here, it's like, man, if I use the mic and I'm this loud, I'm going to get banned everywhere again. So, and I just got banned, and I would come off stage and I would leave to a standing ovation. Sometimes literally in New York, people would be chanting, Taint, 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 Taint. And I would just be like, man, this is fucking crazy. And I'd walk off the stage, and the person would come and go, hey man, you can't come here anymore. The owner came down while you were up on stage, and he's like, don't let that guy up on stage again.
Wow.
It happened to me a lot. But
I feel like that. I feel like every Atlanta comedy venue or open mic, you are this close to not being allowed to come back. There's one person there, and you see him when you go. You're like, dude, if that dude don't like me, like, I'll put my name down, and he's never gonna say it. Like, every time there's that one guy there, and he's usually not even funny. But he's been there. He's been doing the same shit, been working hard. I paid my dues. I've been doing comedy for a long time. And I feel like, I don't know who runs the mic now at Limerick. I couldn't even remember the guy. I would know him if I saw him.
I like that guy.
I would know him. I think his name was Joe. Is his name Joe?
I don't remember his name.
He's a dad.
He's a nice guy.
He's a lot of dad jokes.
And I've never seen his set.
But he was
I
nice.
usually get there early during the show. They have an actual show where they have booked comics.
Yeah,
and then they have the late night show.
Right.
The late night show is the lightning round. I love that. And
the lightning round was good.
Honest to God, and I say this in all sincerity, I pray that I didn't. I don't know whether I went up last night or not. I may have. He usually, he'll come to me and he'll go, hey man, I'll put you up whenever you want. And I always tell him, I'm like, dude, I'll go up whenever you call me.
Joe. I don't remember his last name.
And I bought everyone a round of shots that wanted one. I did one myself. I had already been drinking all night long. I was completely fucking hammered. And I remember buying that round of shots. I remember sitting at a table with a guy who was going up for his very first time.
Oh shit! Limerick Junction.
And then I woke up this morning in my Jeep in the parking lot across from Limerick Junction. And I don't remember walking to my Jeep. I don't remember leaving Limerick Junction. Don't remember whether or not I went up on stage or not. And I really don't want to find out, because if I did go up, it didn't go up. It didn't. If I did, in fact.
Well, I can tell you this. I woke up this morning and I opened my phone and I went to Google News and I didn't see your name. So step one, okay. And I looked at it before you got here and I still didn't see it. So odds are they saw you. They just haven't figured out a way to tell anybody yet.
People sometimes, like, I don't know.
I definitely feel like the Laughing Skull Lounge was like that. I mean, I like that comedy club and I like most of the comedians
I feel like
that
if
go.
I went there, they would tell me I couldn't come back.
Yeah, I think most of the people there would love it, but I think there's one person there, and I don't know who it is. I couldn't tell you, like, that person's going to be like, you can't come back. I can tell you that Bob Place would enjoy it, and you've seen Bob if you've been to Limerick Junction for sure. And he runs most of the Laughing School stuff. He's like the manager of Laughing School. And I can tell you that the other guys I see at most of the other open mics probably like it. But I feel like there's just a person that you don't even know that would be so offended by something.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not even offensive.
and there even here. I remember the first open mic I did here in Atlanta was at that upstairs pizza place. Like a Wednesday night, right down the street from the brew house, right down the street.
Upstairs pizza joint.
It's a pizza place, and they had an upstairs.
I know there's a pizza place that's an upstairs. I didn't know they had a mic
and
there.
I can't remember the name of it. Some weird name.
It's on the corner.
Harpo's or some shit.
It's on a corner street in Little Five.
No, it wasn't on a corner. It was.
I thought it was on a point.
It was the last real building of 5 Points. Like if you
It has a rooftop bar though, or a rooftop restaurant.
it had a rooftop, and it was enclosed. They could open the things. It was a pizza place downstairs. They had a bar upstairs. I can't believe you can't remember this. This was one of my favorite places. I went there all the time. But anyway, so I go there, and let me explain to people why I sign up with my first name only. First of all, I can't write small. These lists, these lists are fucking. You know, they got a fucking thing. I get
got notebook paper. I don't
write a
know.
little tiny little name. I don't have that ability,
Okay.
and I don't want to write my whole name. I just so I write Marshall, and for some reason, there was a girl who I went up. I did what I always do. I was brand new to Atlanta. I know the reaction the first time I go up anywhere. People are gonna like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. No, I tell people, I'm like, dude, yeah, I do this podcast, and what's about? I'm like, it's and I tell them like, yeah, this guy met at open mic, and I watched him, and I love his open mic sets, and we talk about it, and we get along, and we have fun doing this podcast. And I was like, but honestly, if you've never seen Marshall at open mic, if you've never seen his set, and you've never seen him anywhere in the world, and you watch him, you're like, we're all about to get murdered. Like, this is it. This guy is going up here and he is saying this stuff, whatever the set may be, and then this is it. You gotta run. And it's funny, and it's just because you're so quiet. You sit there, you don't talk to anybody, you don't participate in anything that's happening, and you just sit there. It's complete silence, and you're calm. That's the problem. It's like I say, it's the fucking quiet one that'll get you. And then you get up there, and you're just explosive personality, and the rants are so funny. I laughed at every fucking one of them, and I remember to a T. Well, not to a T. I can't say that. I remember vividly cracking up to the one about the people coming into the restaurant after church on Sunday and the mess they made and all the shit. And it was so fucking funny. And I remember your Trump ones. They were good too. I remember them, and they stuck with me. And I remember sitting at open mic, and I'd met Lolly down there, and you know, Tim obviously, and
I missed Tim.
I know, and what's her face, the DJ, she was cool.
Yeah.
And
I love that mic.
the entire mic was great. And I remember just going, I need to talk to that guy. I need to talk to him. And you were like, I'm like, come on over here, man. I'll buy you a beer, have pizza, or whatever. And it was just, it's a thing where, like you said, if people don't know you, and that's the only vision they get. It's either they love it, or they're like, you can't come here anymore. You know,
I get both.
And I would assume you do get both.
I'll say this: I went to there's a Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was visiting my son. They had an open mic, and they have it like one. And I called in advance, and I was like so excited because the room was packed, and there was like 10 open micers, and it was a show. It wasn't like an open mic like what we do in front of a bunch of comics. It was a full comedy club, fully full with people. And I went up and I did my set and just crushed. And my son was supposed to video it. He had my camera. He had his finger over the speaker. You couldn't hear a word I was saying. You could see it. You couldn't hear it. My hair was long. I was in my fucking drug rug hoodie. And I finished my set. And the guy in the back goes, that guy is going to kill everybody in the room. And I was like, how did I come off that way? I'm like, I'm trying to spread a message of peace and love. I'm like the most I'm a non-violent, opposed to violence, and I guess that's the perception. But quite in my own mind, to me, I'm quiet because I'm concentrating.
Right.
I don't physically write down anything. I'm trying to do something brand new every time. Sometimes I literally will write the set that I'm doing as I'm sitting there, sometimes moments before I go. I'm waiting until the last possible moment. I'm trying to absorb the room. I'm trying to absorb the energy. I'm trying to take everything I've read and thought about, and I'm trying to make sure that every single bit of it, every line out of my mouth has got to be butt fucking hysterical. Otherwise, people are ready to pounce and be like, he ain't that funny. He ain't that good. He thinks, because people always think they know what I think. What I think is I'm going to go up, I'm going to work as hard as I can during this 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. And I'm going to make sure that everything I say, do, act, behave, word out of my mouth, tone, movements is fucking hilarious. Where even if you hate my fucking guts, when I finish and walk off, you're like, man, I don't like him. But God damn, that was fucking funny.
Right.
And I put that level of pressure on myself, and I love it. I'm so addicted to it. I love it. I love it so much, it makes me emotional to talk about it because I love it that much. I've never experienced anything that I've enjoyed more. And I don't ever want to disappoint the people that are excited when I do show up. And I feel like some of them are. Not everyone.
Right.
There's people there that want to see me fail. I know they do. I went up in New York one time and they introduced me. Room. I was the second person going up. Taint Johnson. They're like, okay, Taint Johnson's here. I had been there now this was near the end. I was getting ready to leave. I'd been there almost 3 years.
Right.
They're like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up, Taint Johnson. And barely a fucking clap. Nothing. And I walked up and I picked the microphone up and I just kind of rolled my eyes to myself. I was like, God damn, these motherfuckers are all in here rooting against me. They want to see me do bad. And I did a little set about John McCain. And it was one of the best fucking sets I've ever done in my entire life. And when I walked out of the room, the bartender goes, that guy is the funniest fucking person in New York. The bartender. Wow. And that was one of the proudest moments of my life. Honest to God. And I probably left New York about a month after that.